Hello, I'm Dara and welcome to my beef farm. What I thought might be a quiet week has turned out to be a busier week than I would have expected. So we won't delay and we get straight into the video and I hope you enjoyed. It's time to graze the new grass today and get the calves onto it. I have some fences set up, a double strand of wire set up, so I'm going to give them a block of it. I have the feeder there on the Jeep, so hopefully they'll run down afterwards. Calves are all congregating out at the back of the ditch. And I'll get these wires opened and Daddy will drive along in the Jeep and hopefully they'll come running after it. Oh, hopefully they'll come along there now. No drama. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Go on there now, go on. Feck him anyway, that didn't go to plan at all. No, that didn't go the way I had planned. Thankfully they were hungry and they stayed eating, so they didn't run down to the far ends of the paddock. I just brought the reel over and set it up at an angle and I'm pushing them across there now. They're all happy now to go into their new paddock. All except one. There's always one that goes the far side of the wire. So I get her back now and all is back in order. So the new grass, the field is in the shape of an L. So the water truck is there on the corner. I've put up a fence here, 2 strands of wire. Put manners on these fellas now and keep them in there. So they kind of have that square in there in the corner to graze it out. I don't know how many days that'll last them. It's actually frightening what calves can eat. So I would be hoping maybe 4 days in there. Come out here, then I'll give them another square, again running that wire up towards the water truck. So we'll break it into 4 paddocks. So hopefully if I got 4 days in each section, then that would be 16 days. And then we'd see now whether we'd have enough grass back here to rotate them back again. But as I said, I can go to another paddock for a couple of days until we can come back here again. So here is the grass. There's loads of clover in it now. A really good take of clover. There's very good thick take of grass on it to spray it for weeds as well. So everything is covered now at this stage. So as I said, these calves now are off meal as of yesterday. They got their last quantity of meal yesterday. I was reducing the meal with the calves kind of in preparation for taking them off meal altogether. So I think I was giving them 2 bags, which is 40 kilos of between 64 calves. So like that grass to me now is as good as any bag of meal. So hopefully they'll thrive away on that and we'll see a vast improvement in them. Like, they're nice calves now, they're very good to eat. So hopefully now that'll keep driving them on. It's the following day. It's about 24 hours now since I put the calves over here on the new grass, and I tell you, it's frightening what kind of a hole they put in it there in that short space of time. You can see they really have the tops grazed off there. They went in the etch yesterday. They didn't give up. I just came over to check him now early this morning because I was a little bit worried about him now in case any of them would have bloat or anything like that there after coming out on such lush grass. Not so much the clover, it's just that it probably it's fairly high nitrogen and it's lush and there's no stem in it. So they all look okay now. There's none of them blowing out or anything like that there. So I'm happy enough with that this morning. So if they were going to be blowing up, they'd be blowing up this morning. So that's good anyway. There's a small little bit of coughing starting to come into the calves there now. They wouldn't have been dosed yet. I'm not one now for running in dosing calves just because they're out for a month or out for 6 weeks. God, I must dose them. I usually wait until they have a good cough on them. Let them get a bit of exposure to the worms. Let them cough a little bit. And then dose them. At least then I feel myself, they'll have a better immunity in the long run if they've had a bit of exposure to the worms. So maybe in the next couple of days now I'd want to maybe get them in there and get them dosed. Although there shouldn't be much of a worm burden on this new grass there because, as I said, there hasn't been anything grazing on it before, so there's no dung pads. So you won't have that kind of explosion of worms coming off dung pads after rain. But get out of it. But yeah, look, that's very happy to see them now all standing, none of them bloated, all in good form. Probably come up now to me looking for the meal, but they'll get used to that now pretty quick, that this is their new diet. And I always find as well, when I cut out a meal, especially with calves, they're very settled in and they're not looking for you. They're not waiting for you in the morning or in the evening time whenever you feed them. They just go about their day and they're grazing and they never look at you. But it's just important for me now just to keep good quality grass in front of them and make sure that I'm maintaining a good level of daily weight gain. So the reseeds anyway is going to do that. I'd say I won't recognise the calves once they come off this. It's just to have another nice paddock of grass to have them go on to, and then they can come back here again when they have a good cover of grass built up again. So that's, I suppose, a little update now of where we are with the calves at the moment. I have the New Holland reversed into the workshop. I have a few jobs that I need to do on her. The air conditioning doesn't work on it. Now I had a lad looking at it, and that's the air conditioning compressor there, and the clutch isn't kicking in when you turn on the air conditioning, so that's not working. So that needs to be replaced. You'd want it now when the weather picks up there, you'd bake inside in that tractor. It's like being inside in an oven. That joke will have to be replaced as part of the air conditioning. And if you can see the glass on the diesel there, full of crud. So that needs to be replaced. And I want to do the diesel filter. I want to give it a full service, which is my oil filters, change the engine oil, and I want to change the hydraulic filters and the transmission filter, which are in there in a lovely, nice, convenient place to get off. And there's another job as well that badly needs to be done, and I have the part for there now in the workshop. Is just to get to it is the hub seal in there, the large one, is gone. Now I did do them last year, full set of bearings in there, and both small hub seal and big hub seal. But when I took off the hub, the seal came out on the wrong side, and I put it back in the way it came out, which was wrong. So then when I put it back in, I couldn't get it to fit right, and I reckon I pinched the seal a little bit. So at least I know this time how to do it properly, and it's just to get the time now to get that off and get it done. I'm also thinking about getting the rims on the front of the tractor shot blasted and repainted. It's, if you can see them there, they're tidy enough looking, and it's a big failing with the New Hollands, even the newer ones you see, and the paint work is always terrible on the rims. So you might just freshen it up there just to get them sorted out, especially when I have it in the workshop and I'm doing jobs like that. I just have the axle stands there and just take him off, take it down to your man. He's not too far away. You can see this one, but this one is even worse. And it just makes a tractor look very old and crabby. But in fairness, the rest of the tractor is quite fresh. So painting up the front rims now, I think would set it off there. I have all the filters. I have the oil. I have the hub seal. I want to get all the parts for the air conditioning unit, the filter, and the new compressor. I also want to do a job on the pickup hitch. It's a swing out hitch and all. There's a lot of bolts on it, and they're all worn, and there's a lot of play in it. And I want to sort that out because you just can't be too careful with these sort of things. So that's the fuel filter there, and that's I think it comes from the diesel tank in through the settling bowl, and then down into the fuel filter. So this filter here is black. I'm going to drain off the diesel, and then I'm going to take off that bowl and clean it up there. Now, if you can see that, she was a great tractor to run it all. So I get that cleaned out and get it back on. Oh, if you see there now, that bowl is nice and clean. It's the way it should be. Should be able to see the diesel coming through it. It's green diesel. Green is the dye we have here in Ireland, so you should be able to see the green diesel coming through that bowl. Oh. If you are taking off these bowls, use a short-handled ratchet to tighten up that. Don't go with a long-handled one. Learn from my mistakes. I was tightening that one day with a long-handled one, and the glass shattered. So I had to run off to Kilkenny and get a new one. And just to save yourself a bit of hassle there. And that O-ring has to sit nice and proud there as well, because if that don't seal right, you won't be able to start your tractor. She'll be sucking air there, and your tractor will be sucking air, and you won't be able to get her started. That's back on now. I haven't it overly tightened now, just enough. So I won't know till I bleed the system there how we're going. So I'm going to change the diesel filter there now. Handy little yoke, that thing, for unscrewing filters. It's just to get off this collar. The collar there and the filter are very tight on it. Get that off. You can see that collar just goes up in the filter there to keep it tight. There's the new filter. Collar back up there again on like that on it. No. Just tightened in. No, that's it. Clicked into place there. So I'll turn on the ignition. There's a diesel pump on her for pumping the diesel from the diesel tank up into the filters. I'll turn it on. It should fill in there and then come down and into the top of the filter. And then when that fills up, it'll come out through this bleed screw there. And then we'll just tighten it off and she should start. Oh! Now she's coming there, out the air. These should come here to this bleed screw there now anytime. Now you can hear the resistance coming even on the pump there. So she should start now after that. She'll just tighten that. So I'll just see now when she starts. So that job is done now, just the diesel filters changed and the sediment bowl cleaned out. And she should have no excuse now to be down on power or anything like that. She'll have a full supply of diesel now going into the injectors. As you saw, they were mown out. Dry cow silage. Unfortunately, I didn't have the time to set up cameras and on the outside to see all the 3 tractors working there. But that's the joys of being busy and trying to do YouTube videos. I won't be keeping it all myself. I'll be dividing it up between myself and my brother. There's a good bay in it there with 30 acres. I wouldn't need all that for the cows. So that's why I had the 2 lads in as well. I just wanted to get mowed and get knocked. Not to be all evening down here cutting silage. It's the following morning now, and I'm just down having a look at it. I'm not going to ted it out. There's no need. It was cut fairly dry. Probably be only burning diesel for the sake of burning diesel. There's no real lush grass that you'd be trying to get up and get dried out. It's probably stuff you'd make hay of very quickly, but we don't really have hay weather, and I don't know how palatable that stuff would be as hay either. So I think in the silage bale, it'll make it a little bit more palatable. It's a fine field there. So I'm just having a look at it there. Probably the baler will come on now this morning. When as I said, when the day opens up there, he'll come on and bale it up. The rake will shake off any water that's on it at the moment, and then we'll get in behind them and we'll get drawn home there. So little bit of a draw from this place to home, but not too bad. It's good to have the likes of these places available there to me every year to cut silage, especially for the dry cows. As I said already, my cows are very fleshy. I don't need quality silage for them. I just need gut fill. It does a great job for me. Keeps the cows full and keeps them fit during the winter time. Knocks a bit of weight down at them and gets them ready for calving. Now today is Friday. We got the bales all in yesterday. Weather has taken a little bit of a turn today. It's a lot cooler, it's very windy, and it's trying to rain on top of me there now. So we got lucky now with the 2 really good days that we got our silage in. I got another 100 bales there for dry cow silage, and I also had 25 bales here from what we call surplus paddocks, but I would call them surplus, but they mightn't be surplus next week. We could be a little bit short in grass, but if this rain comes now, it'll kick growth on again for us. So I moved the calves on Monday. It's 4 days now since I moved them, and I've actually moved them again today. So I'll just show you where they were and the job they've done for me. So now look at that, actually peeled to the ground. They've done a great job on it. So the calves are a hungry animal, especially when you take the meal away from them. You stand long enough in the field, they'll eat you as well. So I'm delighted with that. So I got the 4 days as I was hoping. So here they are now. I've given them another section, and the row here is full as eggs. You can see the grass is getting fairly heavy now in it, but there's no fear of them now. They'll get it down. There's plenty of numbers out there, and that's what you need, is that kind of grass. There's a grazing pressure on it, and I said it's all leaf, there's no stem, so it's quality grass down to the very butt, and they're all happy there, and they're back chewing, and they're happy. I shouldn't point this out, but if you look there, I drove a little bit wide with the sprayer, and I don't think there's any docks in it, but you can just see that the spray does actually work. So that's just a little row of red shank that's up along there. So as I was saying earlier in the week, I was going to break it up into 4 paddocks. So they started over there, and I leave that fence up. That'll be a back fence, so that section now will be recovering. There'll be no grazing pressure on it, and then this other wire is run up there to the water truck, and it'll be the same thing again. This fence here will be left up, and then we'll move the calves on to another section up here. So these are the white stakes, the pigtails, and I bought these little fellas in the local co-op, and they're handy because you can just screw them on and they'll take a second strand of wire. So it just saved me having to go buy another bundle of those white stakes there. So as I said, the calves are as happy as Larry. I moved them there just before dinner. Now it's the evening time. I'm just getting ready to go home. Come over and have a look at them there before I go home. There's no bloat, no nothing like that. Full as eggs, doing a good job. So I'll finish the video where I started it over here with the calves. I hope you enjoyed the tour of the calves and moving them there. Also, I did all those jobs that I said I'd do on the New Holland. I did them there during the week. So if you'd like me to include them in the video for next week, I can do that. I recorded most of it there. So I got the hub seal in, got the engine oil changed, I did the reconditioning on the hitch, and I got the air conditioning compressor fitted. So I'll leave the video at that. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.